This is the journey of two boys who met at the first day of their office. We started our careers just like many people do, as interns. 7,000 rupees per month, small office, big dreams. At that time, we didn't know where life would take us. But we knew one thing. If we learned fast enough, worked hard enough, and stayed hungry enough, one day our life would change. Within a few months, we learned everything we could, left our jobs, and started freelancing. Slowly, project by project, client by client, we built a network. And then, one opportunity changed everything. A client approached us to build a SaaS product. Instead of paying a normal development fee, he offered us something different, a percentage in the product. At that time, we didn't know whether the product would succeed or fail. There was no guarantee, no safety, no certainty, only belief. Belief in our hard work, belief in consistency, belief that if we kept building long enough, one day it would pay off. For nearly 1.5 years, we worked relentlessly, day and night, not because someone forced us, but because for the first time, we felt like we were building something that belonged to us. And then everything changed. That product caught the attention of investors. The rights were acquired. And the money we earned from that one decision changed our lives. Financially, our lives moved nearly 20 years forward. That's when we realized something important. We don't have to spend our entire life working project to project or client to client to become successful. If we build the right products, those products can generate income continuously, whether we are working or sleeping. That realization changed our entire mindset forever. With that mindset, Spack Solutions was born. Not just as a service company, but as a product building company. A company created to research, ideate, build, scale, and own products that can generate long-term recurring income. Because after our first success, we realized something important. The real wealth is not in continuously working project to project. The real wealth is in building systems and products that continue generating revenue for years. But we also understood something very clearly. Two people alone can never build something truly big. To build meaningful products, we need a strong core team. People who think like builders. People who take ownership. People who are willing to solve problems, handle pressure, and grow together long term. And honestly, we knew we could never build such a team through salary alone. Because salary rewards time, but ownership rewards impact. And that's why from the early days of Spack Solutions itself, we often spoke about something called 1%. Some team members may remember hearing about it in discussions during planning sessions. But the truth is, most people never fully understood what that 1% could actually become. Because 1% of a salary and 1% of a growing business are two completely different things. Now, as Spack enters version 3.0, we finally have the structure, the product, the direction, and the long-term vision to properly explain how this model works. Most jobs work in a simple cycle. You work every month, you receive salary, maybe a yearly hike, and then the same cycle repeats again and again. Years pass, responsibilities increase, expenses increase, but for most people, income grows very slowly. That is how traditional jobs are designed, linear growth. But what if, instead of only working for a company, you start growing with the company? That is the idea behind Spack Solutions 3.0. Spack Solutions 3.0 is not just about scaling services anymore. It's about building product, systems, AI-powered solutions, global opportunities, and a strong core team that grows together. And very importantly, this does not replace salaries. Every employee will continue receiving salary, performance hikes, career growth, and stability. But for people who truly want to build long-term, we are introducing core team model because we believe the people helping build the future of the company should also benefit from the future growth of the company. So how does this actually work? For every client project completed successfully and delivered on time, 1% revenue share will be distributed among the core team members, even if they were not directly involved in that specific project. Why? Because we want people to think beyond departments. When the company wins, the core team should win together. The same applies to AMC revenue as well. Whenever clients renew yearly maintenance contracts, a percentage gets distributed again, which means the benefits are not only one time, they become recurring. Now let's talk about products. One of our biggest long-term opportunities right now is Nexin EV. For Nexin EV, every new client onboarding generates revenue, and 1% of that onboarding revenue gets distributed among core members. Not only that, every yearly AMC renewal also generates recurring revenue sharing. After every 10 successful onboardings, 20% of that onboarding milestone revenue will be distributed among the core team. But honestly, our biggest focus for the future is SaaS product, because SaaS businesses scale differently. For example, imagine a product subscription priced around 20,000 to 25,000 per year. At first, one customer joins, then 10, then 100, then 500. Now suddenly, that one product alone can generate nearly 1 crore rupees yearly recurring revenue. And this is where people misunderstand percentages, because 1% sounds small until the numbers become big. If one successful product generates 1 crore yearly revenue, the additional yearly benefit for each core member can become approximately 1 lakh. Now imagine if 500 users become 1,000 users, the revenue doubles, the benefit doubles. Now imagine not one product but 5 successful SaaS products running simultaneously. Now imagine subscriptions, renewals, AMC revenue, new onboardings and recurring payments all compounding together year after year. That is why we are focusing heavily on products and subscription-based businesses, because recurring revenue compounds faster, creates stability, creates scalability and creates long-term wealth opportunities. But let's be very clear about one thing. This model is not for everyone, because core team benefits also come with responsibility, ownership, pressure, problem solving, commitment, and long-term thinking. Some people may prefer regular jobs, regular timings, and fixed salary growth, and that is completely okay. But people who truly want to build something meaningful, people who want to think like owners, people who want to grow beyond monthly salary, those are the people this model is built for. Right now, the world is changing faster than ever. AI is already making development, design, marketing, and many technical tasks easier. And in the coming years, many traditional jobs will completely change. Companies that only survive on client work will struggle. People who only depend on salary may struggle too. That's why 3 years ago itself, we started preparing for this future. We started focusing on products, systems, recurring revenue, ownership, long-term scalability. Because the future may not belong to people who only execute tasks. It will belong to people who build assets. Today, we are building products like EV software because we believe this is one of the biggest opportunities ahead. And now, both the company and every individual inside it has a decision to make. As founders, we already made our decision. We will continue building, continue learning, continue struggling, continue taking risks until we achieve the level of success we dream about. Because we don't want to work endlessly forever. We want to build wealth, build freedom, and build a future where our products work for us. Now the question is, who wants to build that future together? If you truly believe in ownership, if you truly want to grow beyond salary, if you want to build something meaningful, then step into the core team mindset. Take responsibility, think long-term, build with intensity, build with ownership. Because opportunities like this don't come often. And if this path is not for you, that's completely okay too. You will always be respected for the work you do. But ownership belongs to the people who choose to build like owners. Some people spend their entire lives working for products. Some people spend a few intense years building products that change their entire life. The choice is yours.